Do you hear that, Bluff City? Listen. Listen close. That is the warmth of the radio wave washing over you on this cool summer night. Your ears, your skin, your car's antenna, they are all being bathed in the powerful glow of the wave. It connects us. Do you feel it? Do you sense it? Do you hear it? Do you... Oh, wait, 1 second. That's the sound of a call coming in. This is Hector Who. Who do I have on the line?
It's Maggie. First time, long time.
Thank you for calling in, Maggie. How can I help you on this fine evening?
So, I deal with other people's money all day, and I'm really sick of seeing the people with the least putting up with the most shit, while the people with the most seem to get all the slack they want.
That is the truth. That is the truth, Maggie.
Is there anything we can actually do about this, or are we just stuck with it?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for calling in, Maggie. It is good that you see through them, through their boutique masks and their soft-pedaled lies. It is you who they wrote about in Proverbs. The rich man is wise in his own eyes, but the poor that has understanding searcheth him out. People like you see the delusion, you see right through them. And it is people like you, people who do the work, despite all the odds weighing against you, that gives me hope. Those who submit to the holy path, they say, those who are just in the face of inequity, those are the ones who will find truth. They will find God consciousness. Keep struggling through those thorns, Maggie. We need you. We need you badly. But to your question, is there anything we can do about those who take, and who never give back any? That's what they do, isn't it? They take. You hear people call them by other names, the rich, the wealthy, the 1%. But these are all masks they wear. They love masks. That's a thing they love, let me tell you. But what they really are is takers. It's not the haves and the have-nots. It's the takers and the taken. And so, Ms. Maggie, here is what you must do if you wish to drive them away and usher in an age of justice. Refuse to be taken. They will tell you your house is crumbling so that they may take you in chains from your home and into theirs. Instead, have faith and courage in your own balance and reject their offer of stability and service. They will take your plate and tell you that you will starve so that they may feed you on their poison and lies. Instead, join with your kin and your companions alike and feast on the love of camaraderie. They will tell you that they have your best interests at heart, but what does the prophet Amos say they will do? They will take you, innocents, and sell you for silver. They will sell the needy for a pair of sandals. They trample on the heads of the poor as the dust of the ground and deny justice to the oppressed. But what else does Amos say to these takers? What does he say? Though you so-called rich have built stone mansions, you will not live in them. Though you have planted lush vineyards, you will not drink their wine. Destroy their mansions, Maggie. Take their wine. Be the bringer of justice, and know that others bring it too. Welcome to Friends at the Table, an actual play podcast focused on critical world building, smart characterization, and fun interaction between good friends. I'm your host, Austin Walker, and joining me today, Keith Carberry.
Hi, my name's Keith J. Carberry. You can find me on Twitter at Keith J. Carberry, and you can find the Let's Plays that I do at youtube.com/runbutton.
Art Martinez Tebble.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at @Tebble, and you can listen to One Song Only, featuring Austin and Allie, and also still me. And you can find out that on Twitter at OneSongPod.
Jack DeKeat.
Hi, you can find me on Twitter at NotQuiteReal, and buy any of the music featured on the show at notquitereal.bandcamp.com.
And Janine Hawkins.
Hi, you can find me at Bleating Heart on Twitter.
Today we are going to pick up, finally, after, honestly, way too long, our game of Masks, which we did character creation for forever ago. I want to say in June, maybe?
I think we did it on St. Patrick's Day.
That's it, St. Patrick's Day 2016, before Bluff City even launched. We were on it, you know. Masks is a game by, I don't have the PDF in front of me because I'm bad at this job sometimes. I had the real book in front of me a moment ago, but that's over on my bed, not where I am. And also, Does this edition not have? Yeah, there it is, by Brendan Conway. Thank you, by Brendan Conway. What I do have in front of me are my principles, and those are to make Bluff City feel like a comic book, to make the player characters' lives super heroic, and to play to find out what changes. And then I want to go over really quick the top 4 things that are true about you as a group. You've all chosen to be here. You aren't killers. You aren't illegal or openly hunted yet. But also, you are not beloved, unless your character is, I'm the one who is beloved, like I think Jack's character is. Speaking of characters, before we dive in, I'd love to go over your character sheets one more time, because it has been so long that I want to make sure we are all on the same page with your characters, your bonds, like all of that fun stuff. So who wants to go first? We can do reverse intro order. Janine, I'm picking you.
Crap.
Which playbook do you have?
My playbook is the Protege.
Okay. What is your character's name and their superhero name? Both of them, their hero name and their real name.
Her real name is Shanty Park. Her hero name is Grouse. Shanty is short for Chanticleer.
Give me their look and their abilities, and we don't have to get into specific. We can get into, like, give me the high level on when I say abilities, I mean like the superpowers you have, not the
not the whole list.
Mm-hmm.
So she dresses really fashionably, very on trend, lots of like chokers and velvet. She has sort of slightly looser curled hair. Her costume is colorful, sort of. It's like brown, black, white, but lots of texture and stripes with a fluffy white shoulder neck thing.
Mm-hmm.
Her ability stuff is like half shared with her mentor.
Who is
Goldfinch?
Waxwing. I'm pretty sure she's Waxwing.
The other one,
yeah,
right? Waxwing.
Goldfinch
right.
is the one who...
Right. It's been a while.
Yes.
So her shared ability is stealth. Her own ability is bird telepathy / telekinesis.
Great phrase.
Yeah. Mentor's
Moving
ability is
birds
weapons.
with your mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is bird telekinesis, not just telekinesis in general.
Yes,
It's specifically
correct.
bird-related telekinesis, yes.
And maybe with some training, you could broaden that out and get some reptiles.
There's a lot of
know.
things. There are a lot of things that are like birds, you know,
Sure.
like badminton birdies.
That has the word bird right in it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cat toys.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
is that not the name of the...
It's a shuttlecock is the official name, but it is a
Whatever.
birdie.
Sure.
No one wants
Cock
to say
is also
that.
a bird, though.
A
so-
cock is also a bird. Relationships. That's the last thing I want to get from everybody.
So I have here you and the champ teamed up a few times before the rest of you came together.
Great. So that is Art's character, the champ.
Yep. My mentor is cautious and asked me to keep an eye on Paternoster, who's Jack's character.
Okay, cool. All right. Speaking of Jack, speaking of Paternoster, Paternoster.
I'd say paternoster, but I don't know if that's an accent thing.
It's not a word we use here at all. So
I don't know if it's a word we use here, other than to describe like a specific.
I'll say I'm willing to say paternoster.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks, Keith.
Even if we wouldn't say it
I'll
that
bite
way.
that bullet.
You'll bite that bullet. Okay, so I'm playing paternoster.
Listen, Google says Paternoster here, so you know
Oh, nice.
that works.
That is an alias of Hilda Quick.
Okay.
They are a white woman with a broad smile, designer clothes, and a stylish costume. The kind of reference that I keep coming back to is Emilia Clarke in Solo.
Right. Yes.
The
The movie, the Han Solo movie.
Han Solo
not
movie.
The 1990 whatever Solo, 1990.
Not the 1990 whatever.
1996.
I don't think Emilia Clarke is in that.
Mario Van Peebles. No, not that one. Okay.
God, Mario Van Peebles. Every time I hear that name, it's like a gift to
name.
my ears.
So good.
Her powers are strange wings / light control. She has wings that are made out of stained glass. I'm looking at my beliefs, my
your
bonds?
bonds, your relationships.
my relationships. Shanty.
So wait, what is the actual playbook again?
Oh, the playbook is the Star. I'm just sort of like a weird superhero celebrity type thing.
Yes.
I'm thinking the like I am Iron Man press conference sort of situation.
Right.
I'm an exchange student. I came over from London. Shanty might wind up being more of a star than me someday. And the champ would be a great sidekick. I should keep them around.
Great. As just one more set of things for your character specifically, what is your audience? What's up with your audience?
So I have a much wider audience than I would have otherwise.
Okay.
Before it's like, oh, you have a small audience versus like Bluff City knows who you are.
Right. This is not just like a bunch of people on the internet in Bluff City. It's like Bluff City knows who you are.
Right.
Full stop. Yeah.
And I have a PR agent to help me with this. Her name is Amanda Dialect.
Great name. Write that down.
Unfortunately, my audience requires... Amanda Dialect is from Bluff City. I wrote down she's a Bluff City original.
Okay, great. She calls herself that all the time.
My audience, however, requires constant stimulation, and they require bouts of drama.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's go next with the champ, Art Martinez Double.
Yes, that is. I've not pulled a Keith though and made that the name of the character.
What is the champ's? Did we get a real name for the champ before?
We didn't. I have one now. The champ is Elena Flores.
Okay.
When she was a boxer, her nickname was La Flor Letal.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for my poor Spanish pronunciation now and in the future. I'm trying my best. My wife coached me on this, and I'm still doing badly. Let's just get through it together.
God.
She is Hispanic. Just going through the look elements on the character sheet with calloused hands, baggy clothing, and a simple costume. The relationships in it. Oh, the bull has like a special
thing.
relationship thing,
Yeah.
which is a love and a rival. And my love is Paternoster, and my rival, I just have Keith. Did Keith not have a name last time?
We knew Franklin Bano is the name of the character.
Yeah,
we don't
I
know.
have an idea for a hero name, but I'm going to have to pitch it first.
Okay.
All right. Well, so it's still just Keith. I guess it could be Franklin, but
you can put in
it's weird
Franklin.
having a
Franklin, yeah. Put
it's
down
weird
Franklin
having
for
a
now.
code name and not a code name.
Yeah, put down Franklin for now. What is the role you commonly fulfill for your love and rival? Or rival?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Great.
Let's just fill for a second.
There's 4 options. It's defender, friend, listener, or enabler.
That's not what was happening. I accidentally I full screened something I didn't intend to.
Gotcha.
I believe did I pick this last time? I thought I had friend for love and enabler for rival.
I think you pick one.
Oh, it's one?
It's choose a role you commonly fulfill for your love or rival.
Oh, and okay,
it's a
then
check.
I'm going to go with defender.
When you leap to defend your lover or rival in battle, roll plus danger instead of plus savior to defend them. Cool. And you're just like you're tough. That's your
What's your
superpower.
playbook called?
The bull.
Oh, the bull.
The 2 moves I picked from it were punch everyone and thick and thin skinned.
Perfect. The abilities for the bull are like most of the abilities in this game are like there's a checkbox. Check the 2 things that fit for you, and the bull's is just like someone or something has changed you, made you into a perfect weapon, superhumanly tough, incredibly strong, and uniquely skilled at fighting. Decide how each of those abilities manifests. And I think when you pitched it, it was just like strong, right?
Yeah, it was a mafia experiment to create the perfect boxer gone wrong.
Right. Perfect. Good. So beef with the verandas then.
Some beef with the verandas, but also there's a little bit of Rocky 4 in this. What if we got just a little more? What if Ivan Drago went rogue?
Love it. Great, but rogue in a good way.
Yeah, rogue in a good way because he was a bad guy.
Rogue like the superhero Rogue.
Yeah, rogue like Rogue from X-Men.
Right. All right, Franklin Bano. Bano?
Bano. So here's I have a pitch for my hero name. Let's get that out of the way first.
Let's do it.
My for no real thematic reason, my character is semi-named after a principal that I had when I was a kid.
That happens. That's fair. Yeah.
And so
Not Principal
I thought,
Osbone, though. That's a different principal.
No, I thought maybe I could name my hero name after the vice principal that I had at the same time, whose name was Mr. Good.
Mr. Good is a
Mr.
pretty
Good's
funny.
an amazing hero.
That's incredible.
Especially for this character who is you're playing the Beacon, right? Is the
playing
playbook?
the Beacon.
Oh, that's
the
amazing.
guy who wants to be a fucking hero so bad that he doesn't care that it's really unhealthy for him. Basically.
Right. You pitched this during the character creation, which I listened to again today, as someone who you're the kid who is like, I'm going to prove that Super Saiyans are real.
Yes,
and then...
I'm the Super Saiyans are real guy mixed with Samurai Flamenco. That's
right.
who I am.
Perfect. Great.
It's also very like bold that you would call yourself Mr. Good as like a child.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable being called Mr. until like 8 months ago.
I'm not comfortable being called Mister.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more than 8 months older than you.
Well,
It's true.
you'll hit it. Give it a few more months. So yeah, but like that's good. That's a good like when you were 16 or 15 and first started doing this, you were like, and they're gonna call me
this is
Mr. Good.
drawings at 12.
Okay,
like,
good.
8, 12.
They
Great.
call me Mr. Glass.
Mr. Good. You're shorter than me.
That's a very. I also like it. It's like a very what do you call it? My Hero Academia style name. Mr. Good feels very much like Mr. Good knows All Might 100%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The same person told them that their first name was a bad pick.
Right. Can I?
What's your surname? Sorry?
Bano.
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 Rad.
Franklin Bano. Can I get your what do you look like? And what are your abilities? And then what are your relationships?
You know, as soon as it occurred to me, I couldn't stop being the Super Saiyan's a real kid. So like him, but not disillusioned, but like pushing disillusioned.
Can you describe who that is for people who have not seen?
He is like a I would say a slight early teens black kid.
Yes.
T-shirt and jeans, who really believes in something.
He just very
He is truly sincere.
Yeah.
What?
But like I said, thin dude, kind of nappy hair. He reminds me a little bit of Earl from Odd Future. Like he's just like such an everyday kid, which is why his belief in the truth of Super Saiyans is so powerful. And
he made it real for himself.
So what are your abilities? There are some here that you can check the boxes of. Which are they?
Yeah, so I went and I did all this and I can't find it. Remember when we were gonna redo this like 3 weeks ago?
That might have been longer, but yes.
It was a full month. It was
your options are bow and trick arrows, camouflage and stealth, phasing, swords, martial arts, and acrobatics.
I am 100% sure for this one that I am martial arts and acrobatics. So
there's one more thing. Sorry, I also need relationships. And the other big one for you is drives, which are a special thing for the beacon, which are things that you are trying to pursue. And when you do one of them, you get to mark potential, which is like get XP, clear a condition, or take influence over someone involved. They're kind of like dares in a sense. So there's a list of those in your playbook. I need what the 4 of those are. If you could add those to your playbook in Roll20, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, so for relationships, I know that I didn't pick this to begin with, but I do want to change what I picked.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that I had the champ as my original, my first one for the champ is awesome. I take every opportunity I can to hang out with them because I thought it was funny because I'm their rival.
Right.
But I don't like that anymore. That seems annoying.
Okay.
I don't want to be an annoying person in an extra way.
That's not like how they mean rival in this. I think it's important to denote.
Yeah, the rivalry there. I think we ended up talking through it as being a little bit more. And I'm not saying you have to change it back, but being more Legolas Gimli in terms of like friendly rivalry, who can outdo the other one, not like we're gonna fight. And maybe you would fight eventually, but it doesn't have to start at like sniping at each other,
Yeah, and it's sort of like then they like go in the book that like the love doesn't have to be like a romantic love, and the rival doesn't have to be someone you don't like. It's like and like the idea is of course Jean Grey and Cyclops if the bull is Wolverine.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind that
like,
anymore.
Don't let me talk you out of anything. I'm just like
if you would better if you
no,
like,
I actually that doesn't seem as annoying as I was remembering it. So I'm gonna stick with that. And I have to prove myself to, is it Paternoster? Is that what it is?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great. Before I feel like a real hero. I think that's like Paternoster's like. I don't think that Franklin Bano is. I think he's excited to be around a famous hero. Is I think what it is.
Right.
Like you're the real deal.
You can fly, like
You're
straight
on
up.
Instagram. You have tons of followers on Instagram.
I have tons of followers on Instagram, and I can fly.
That's true.
What a combo, though.
So then I'm going to give you a second, Keith, to look over drives and pick those. But I am going to go one more thing over, which is we should go over influence one more time because I'm looking at people's influences. And so far, I think maybe Jack has everything there, but I think everyone else is missing something. So I'm going to go through these from the top. Janine, can you read from your playbooks from the protege's influence thing and make sure whoever you gave it to has it?
I don't think I gave influence to anyone.
Okay.
Mine is super
I recall
quick
that
because-
being like a
Okay.
thing. Sorry, of just like there was a thing that I felt bad about not
Yes,
giving influence
you're
for, but
right.
didn't make sense
if
for the
you choose
character.
business, you chose business instead of playful, so you
Yeah.
gave no influence.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
The Paternoster, can you go over yours?
Yeah.
Just make sure.
So the whole team has influence over me because I think they're great.
Right. And I think that's the most important one for everyone, like for everybody else's playbook. So yeah, so everyone has Paternoster influence. So write that down because it means that you get +1 to all rolls that target Paternoster. The other one here is everyone should have it over Frank because I'm pretty sure unless I've Franklin over Mr. Good. Because that one is the influence right up there is you are so excited to be here. Give influence over you to 3 of your teammates. So that's everybody. So everyone should have influence over Mr. Good. And then I don't know what the champs is. What's up with the champ? Is that love and rival?
My love and rival should both have influence over me.
All right. So that is who is that? That's Paternoster and
Mr. Good.
Grant?
and Mr. Good.
Oh, no, Mr.
Should
Good.
we be looping? Should Janine be more looped into the system? I feel like.
No, the influence should so if you look at the core moves, like you can get influence over someone in a number of ways, but also I think it reflects the truth of who Grouse is in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just making sure that we're not being jerks.
Right, and also really quick, Franklin is he him, and everyone else is she her. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. Do you want to tell me about your drives, Keith?
Sure. Hold on.
Put this in the map layer.
Okay, so I picked almost the exact same ones that I picked when we originally did them.
Okay, well, that's good. It's a good sign.
I had a slight change on 1 or 2 of them. But my first one is help a teammate. Is Janine here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. Help a teammate when they most need you. Take down a threat all on your own. Stop a fight with calm words and reject someone who tells you you shouldn't be here.
Can you read those one more time for me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Help a teammate when they most need you. Take down a threat all on your own. Stop a fight with calm words and reject someone who tells you you shouldn't be here.
Cool. Awesome. So whenever you do one of those, you will be able to get a benefit, and those benefits are mark potential, which is basically get an XP, clear a condition, which you can see on your sheets. On the right-hand side, there are these conditions for afraid, angry, guilty, insecure, and hopeless. And those kind of give you negatives to certain actions. Or you can take influence over someone involved. And then if you mark out all 4 of those things, you choose 4 new ones. But you don't get to choose new ones as you complete them. You get to choose new ones when you complete your full set, if that makes sense. I am also going to rename your character sheet here to Mr. Good. There we go. All right. I'm also going to just give us this these index cards for our influence tracking, because otherwise it's going to be a pain to see who has influence on who, if that makes sense. And that should probably be, do the sheets do influence nicely? Yeah, they do. They do. That's fine. We'll just use those. I don't need this. I can just check your sheets. Okay. Now, before we start, so you know what I will do is I will put that index card back down and write how much team you have on it. This is going to be your team pool. And then I'm going to give you one team. Let's see. What's a good team token?
Like a hand? Like 2 hands shaking?
Handshake. Good. Let's see.
2 hands shaking.
I want like a handshake silhouette, or like I don't like a business handshake.
How can you tell? It's just hands touching.
What's a business handshake?
Oh, there's like 2 white dudes. It was
A
really the one
classic
that I was
business
actually looking at was this one, which is absolutely a business handshake.
Man, yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Good work, team.
Handshakes.
Thanks, Mr. Good.
Here, I know what to do. I did a search here for the word superhero.
Team.
I did a search for handshakes.
Boom.
Not,
No, you don't like those? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It was a bad drawing of a superhero
Thank you.
for the podcast listeners.
You don't have a name, right?
The Notion.
That's not it. You can't do that one. Sorry. Here we go. Boom. That's a team token. It's like a flower. Do you see it?
why is the middle of the
Flower
moon?
with irregular seeds.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. We did those for
It looks
inspectors.
sick.
I mean, you have a choice. It could be that or it could be this. Could be that one.
Yeah, the
Right.
ghost.
All right, back to
ghost.
ghost tokens. All right. Contempt. At the beginning of the game, the GM adds a team to the pool. So here is team. Team is like gambits in Scum and Villainy.
Okay.
All right. I think we're actually truly ready to begin this game. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So there are 2 major avenues that run down the entire length of Bluff City. One is 1 block away from the beach and the boardwalk, and one is 2 blocks away. And there are other avenues and many, many, many streets, but those 2 are the big ones. It's Red Avenue and Black Avenue, named for the colors of a deck of cards. And on Black Avenue, which is the further away one, it's a little more residential, right? Red Avenue is that one important block closer to the casinos and the boardwalk and the beach. And so all along it are shops and stores and retail and bars and bus stations and all of that. But that one further back, Black Avenue, is a little bit more in line with where people are living all through the city. And obviously there are still shops and still grocery stores and bodegas and, not VHS rental stores. I don't know why I said VHS rental stores. There's
rental
one.
stores.
We'll get there. We'll get to that one VHS rental place still at some point in this game. Maybe in this game, who could say? And it's there that we begin. I think probably in a fairly, in a very residential neighborhood. It is like there is a bodega on the corner. It's a lot of apartment buildings, like 3 or 4 floor tall apartment buildings. Some completely standalone houses with, like, if you're lucky, a tiny yard. And I imagine that y'all are on top of one of these apartment buildings. You're on, like, the rooftop, and you're all looking down and watching the road. It's about 2 or maybe 3 a.m. at night. And you're here because Grouse got a tip from a source who is also someone who has some powers or seems to be that sort of person. There is a character who I would say, as people who are superheroes in the city and who grew up in the age of Waxwing and Goldfinch, you know this person is someone who has been on both sides of the law, so to speak. I wouldn't go so far as to say an anti-hero, but someone who I don't think he's never been arrested. He's never been caught. He's been someone who kind of phases in and out of various heroic lives and causes trouble or gives solutions. But you've never dealt with him before directly until now. And his name is Mr. E. Mask. Masque.
Love it.
Mr. Space E. And he has told you, as a show of good faith, that there will be an armed robbery happening here in the middle of the night on a sticky, hot August evening, past evening, right? It is like 93 degrees even at night. It is you're getting a little bit of the ocean breeze because you're high up, but it's so humid. It's just the fucking worst.
I love a hot wind.
It's the worst.
Wet, hot wind.
It's the worst. And so far, no one has shown up. What is the mood and how are you all doing? Let's start with let's start with Paternoster, who tomorrow morning you have a signing at the walk. No, I can't do the walk. The walk is a real thing from Atlantic City. At the what's a good name? Huh? Well, I need both of those separate. The stroll, the run. It's like an outdoor mall. What's a good name for an outdoor like mall like with boutiques?
The Step.
The Step. Yeah, you have a signing at the Step, which is a collection of like boutique purse stores and like a Nike store and a Burberry place, and you're meeting some fans at like 9 a.m. and it is 3 a.m. now. So I'm curious, Paternoster, how are you feeling right now?
I'm lying on my back on the roof.
On your wings?
With my wings folded over my face.
Great. Let's just get an image of all of you as you do the stakeout. Grouse, what are you doing?
I need to really quickly Google Nightbirds of Jersey.
Uh-huh.
Nightbirds of
I've
Jersey
seen them
is my
open
favorite
for
Mountain Goats album. Same joke, different directions.
Yeah, definitely.
I need to...
Uh-huh.
None of these... This might actually be a band, is the problem.
It is. Nightbirds from New Jersey. Yeah, 100%.
Nocturnal Birds of New Jersey. These are mostly owls. Okay, well, that's a thing I already knew. Yeah,
I've
okay.
heard of owls.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He knows about owls, the bird expert over here.
There's a lot of different kinds of short-eared owl, long-eared owl. I think the thing Grouse is doing is like probably like off to one side, like near a bird, probably not even like directly talking at it, but like near a bird, doing some like bird telepathy to be like, do you see any shit? Like, have you seen any shit? Do you feel any shit? Like,
it's
she's in reconnaissance mode.
And the seagull is like complaining to you. I think the seagull is like, bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Bored. I'm bored.
Rude fucking seagull.
I feel like at some point she'd find a better bird to talk to than that one.
I'm awake.
Okay.
Birds have a rich internal life.
Mr. Good, what are you doing?
I'm lookout. I'm doing a lookout. I've got binoculars. I am hanging upside down by my legs from the side of the building. Are we on a building? Are we on
You're
a
on a
roof?
building.
Yeah,
You're on a
we're on the
roof.
top
You're
of
on the
Okay,
fourth
so
floor. Yeah.
I've got my legs like hooked at a right angle, and that's how I'm lookouting.
Great.
That's how you're lookouting.
And Champ, how about you?
I think just a really like a more relaxed pose, like I'm picturing a way I've sat in real life. Like leaning back, one leg is like dangling off the edge, one leg is like perched, and like the arm lazily over the up leg. I'm spending a lot of time describing something I think everyone already has.
Everyone gets it.
Uh-huh.
Wait, is your leg dangling off the side of the building, you're saying?
Yeah, one leg off the side.
So we do
one
just
leg.
get the picture of Mr. Good's face, and then next to it is one of your legs, just kind of kicking in the wind. It sounds like so. Here's what happens. It sounds like a truck comes around one of the corners, coming down from towards the shore. And I think you spot immediately that it is an armored truck. It is an armored van, right? It is a money-moving van. It says on the side of it, I'm looking at the wrong document. I'm like looking at Old Bluff City names. Like, why is the name of this company not here? It says, where did I write it? There it is. Money Ward, which is the name of this armored truck company. And I think immediately you probably all are able to be like, oh, here we go. That's the shit right there. Money Ward. Someone's going to rob this money truck. But it sounds like you were probably the one who was the most just straight up watching Mr. Good. So give me, it sounds like what you were doing was assessing the situation. So roll plus superior. On 10 plus, ask 2. On 7 to 9, ask 1. And take +1 while acting on the answers. What is your superior?
My superior is 0.
Okay.
Yeah, none.
Great.
Sorry, it does. I want to for people listening. It does go negative. So
It does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So superior 0.
Oh, look at this rolling system.
Oh, wow. It's
look
great.
at that!
That
I
is
missed,
missed,
but it
but
does.
it is
I
good.
missed in style.
You 100% missed. That's a good looking system, though. I love it.
Yeah.
Good
It's
use
like
of
a
Comic
speech bubble
Sans.
with common
Yeah.
sense. God, that's so good.
So you missed. Is there just straight up a help move? I don't think. I mean, I guess influence is that, right? You're spending influence to do that. Which says, when you have influence over someone, take +1, blah, blah, blah.
What was I? I was rolling to assess. So
To assess the situation. Yeah, I just want to make sure no one can help you here, which could be a thing that happens. No, you can, you could surrender. No, okay, you can only do it to, like, hurt them, or basically you can spend influence to get a +1 to target someone, or to do bad things to them, but I don't see anything that's like,
That's fine.
aid, whatever. In any case,
I just don't get any of these questions.
yeah. So the thing, you don't just not only I get to make a move as hard as I want, because that's
Okay.
how PBTA games work. So here's the thing that happens. You don't notice it until it's a little too late. You're like watching the truck carefully, and then the next thing you know, it has been lifted off the ground and slammed into a side of a building, and that makes you feel like you were paying attention. You were paying super close attention. Why did this fall apart? And so you're going to take the guilty condition because you feel like you let people down here.
How do I resolve a condition?
So if you take a look at the playbook, or not the playbook, the move guide in front of you, you can always clear a condition by taking certain actions. At the end of any scene in which you take the corresponding action, clear that condition. So for guilty, it's make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt. You can also clear a condition when someone else comforts or supports you, or when you defend someone. So that is how you clear that condition. The way that condition works,
Where is that listed?
straight in front of you, right? Are you not on that right page? You should be.
What? Huh?
On roll 20.
Clearing conditions. Yeah,
It's not on the
the
conditions section of my character sheet.
No. It's just literally, I put all the moves, all the basic moves and peripheral moves right in front of you. So make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt, or have someone comfort or support you, or you can defend someone. And when you do that, you're able to clear a condition. And so what you see in front of you, I think you all hear this armored truck slam into the side of this building. And there's car alarms going off now. You can see lights going on in windows. And you see, you see two things. Classic, I know. One, the reason that the truck flipped over is because something pushed it over from below, and that something is, it seems to be a woman who looks like a shark person. She has, what's up?
She looks like how a shark person looks, or she looks like a shark.
She looks like a shark who is a person.
Okay.
I'm curious. I'm trying to figure out if anyone has fought this person before. The big thing to know is that she has. I mean, it's two things. One, she has kind of gray skin with like gray with white features. You know what I mean? Like where her like face is kind of like white around the face, and then like it turns gray, and her hair is kind of silvery, like silver blue, I guess I'd say. She has like fins on her arms. She has big, like, sharp teeth. But the thing that is actually cool about her is that she has this tail. And I need to remember, 1 second. Why did I not write this down? I think I wrote one thing down and then changed it, and now I'm mad at myself. Right. So, did you know what a thresher shark is?
Yes.
Okay, so she has a thresher.
Everyone knew that. Hold on, I have to look.
They have like very long, fancy tails.
They do.
They're incredibly fancy tails.
Mm-hmm.
Thresher.
They're like half tail.
And they have like very
so
little surprised-looking faces too.
Right,
This is the Honda Civic pimped out by the guy in your college dorm of the aquatic world.
It is. Just think you put a bigger muffler on that, bro.
This shark is a very loud engine.
Exactly. And so she has one of those coming up from her back. And it's like looks sharp and shiny. And this is Thresher. This is the supervillain Thresher. And I think, the reader of the comic in this panel, she like we just get like the dust clears and Thresher has kind of like jumped out of a hole in the ground. So that's the first thing that happens. She like immediately is turning at her. She like raises the blade of her back fin of her blade basically to start cutting into the armored truck. The second thing that happens is a squad of dudes, and maybe not all dudes, definitely not all dudes, a squad of backup people. There's another word I'm looking for, of not
lackeys.
Grunts. Lackeys. There's a better, what's the good
toadies.
Better than toadies is great. These are all great words. There's another word here. It's
Possum
fine.
Kingdom?
Grunts, I said, I think. Henchmen. That's what I was looking for. But it has men in it. Let's go with toadies.
I don't know if there is a gender neutral hench. Like, I don't think you can,
hench people.
Hench person.
Hench person.
Doesn't hench people?
Hench person, by the way, is a different super
hench
villain.
people sounds like it's a Tolkien villain, like a Tolkien race.
Lackeys is gender neutral also.
What is?
Lackeys.
Lackeys is also.
It's a group of lackeys and toadies.
Lackeys,
with
toadies,
a few
and
lap
grunts.
dogs.
With one or two lap dogs.
Some of the men are henchmen.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And
also,
they are mostly bootlickers.
They're all bootlickers. And they all also have on masks that are shark masks. And that are it's a shark's head going straight up. It's like a great white shark looking up. It's from the Bluff City Aquarium. And then just like, I want to be clear. They're just sharks. They're like rubber sharks looking up, and then the face is just open. And so they also have on just like a knit mask under that so that you can't see their faces. And they also have, what they have is submachine guns. And so they fan out and surround Thresher and are watching for the cops as she moves in to start opening this truck up. What do you do?
Well, I am going to charge into a fight without hedging my bets.
What is that? It sounds like you're doing a thing. Well, so tell me what that looks like in the comic.
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to start off because I should probably go first with that.
Yeah, right.
I also have a move that affects before we enter a fight that might be good.
Sure.
Maybe that should go first.
I don't know if it's before I enter the fight or before we all enter the fight.
Well, what's it say?
When you assess the situation before entering into a fight, you may ask one additional question, even on a miss.
Oh, that seems like, I think that will be I think that's the thing that you will be doing.
Okay.
But what does happen before this starts is a thing over on the left-hand side of our moves list, which is, or actually it's not on the left side, it's right in the middle. When you enter battle into a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. So maybe that hasn't happened yet either. Maybe that fires.
We're all in.
When you're all in, yeah, because I think this champ thing is definitely specifically about you charging into a fight without hedging your bets, right? So whenever you charge into a fight without hedging your bets, you can shift your danger up and any other label down. Are you doing that?
Yeah, how do I do this?
You just hit up on danger and down on something else. If you mouse over, you'll see it.
Yeah. So I think this looks like just, it starts to happen, and from that like sort of like quasi reclining position, it's like she sits up, puts her hands on the edge of the roof.
Yep.
And you see them like kind of glow a little bit. I think that's what it kind of looks like. This
in the comic,
power.
Yeah. What color is the glow?
The glow is like a yellowy orange.
Okay.
I think it's like an 80s glow. I think it's also a 60s glow, but with
right. I get you.
Comics colors are cyclical. In the 90s, it would be like black.
Mm-hmm.
And just like pushes off and just jumps down to the street.
So would you get that great panel of like you're there, and then the next panel you're not, and we just get Mr. Good's like eyes looking down at you, or like looking over at where you used to be?
Yeah, does Mr. Good have one of those like masks? One of those like the masks where like the eyes are white, and when they go like wide, it like looks really cool, or is it like a different mask?
Sorry, can you explain what kind of mask this is?
Like like the one on the character sheet or on the actual sheet, like the playbook.
Oh, that kind of mask. I do like that. That is a good looking.
Yeah, just like a domino mask.
Yeah, like the domino mask, but like magically no one can see the pupil of your eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I think that we like. It's magic. It's a very low level magic.
Yeah, it's
that
a type. It's a type
do.
of really unimpressive magic.
Cool. Great.
And the image is, and then we like get like, is it a street level or is it an overhead shot of just like the like landing and like the little like the tiny little crater that leaves?
Right.
And then I'm going to directly engage a threat.
All right, but wait, did you shift your labels yet?
No, I haven't. So I'm going to put danger up 1, and I will put mundane down 1.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You're getting into some shit. As a reminder for people playing and people listening, labels are the way you see yourself and the way that you kind of think the world sees you, and the way that those two things kind of combine. People who have influence over you can kind of try to push you and change that, either through action or through speech. And you as a player can shift your labels when when you're challenged, basically, or when someone tries to take advantage of that influence and stuff like that. So, all right. So now it sounds like you are directly engaging.
Yeah, with just a wild haymaker toward Thresher. Like,
all right, so you're jumping right.
Like
you're
counting
moving
on the
past the incoming.
I'm thinking I jumped past the layer of lackeys, but if you're saying I didn't, I can.
No,
I can
you can do that. I think maybe that is a situation where to do that would be to. No, I think that would be something that's fictionally important here, depending on your role, right? If you successfully directly engage your threat, then you've jumped over them. But if you don't, then boy, that could go bad,
Sure.
So go ahead and give me a danger. And that is a 7. When you directly engage a threat, roll plus danger. On a hit, trade blows. On a 10 plus, pick 2. On a 7 to 9, pick 1. Either resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I am going to create an opportunity for my allies.
What's that look like?
I think everyone is looking at the lady who just jumped down and started attacking their boss.
Okay, so the thing that ends up happening is you jump over them, they all turn their guns on you, and they start to fire at you, but then they have to stop for a second because they were going to also shoot Thresher if they do that. But that incoming fire distracts you for a second. And maybe what it is like you've never fought Thresher before, and you think it's going to be like a hand-to-hand fight, and the two panels are definitely the two of you like eyeing each other up, and her like taking a fighting stance, and then it's her long fucking silver tail like coming at you from the back and catching you in the shoulder. Because it's so long, it's like it comes basically in from off panel, right? It's the third panel is it just drops straight down as if it was behind you or above you already.
All right.
So that means that you are going to take some damage, which is not a thing that like. I guess actually what it might be is it might be a condition here. I don't know that was a powerful blow. I think that was just a condition. So take, let's see. This game doesn't have like HP in the traditional sense, which is super cool.
Is this taking a powerful blow? Are we doing
No, I'm saying
that,
it's not taking a
okay.
powerful blow. I think this is marking a condition, which is you've taken those blows, but those blows are not a powerful blow, which is a special, different type of thing, basically, right? Yeah. Because like take a powerful blow could make you mark 2 conditions, or could move you out of the fight altogether. This is just mark. Let's say, I don't think afraid or you're not angry yet. I don't think you've done the thing you set out to do. Do you know what I mean? So, actually, you know what?
I get bonuses for being angry. So.
I'm gonna actually say mark insecure here.
All right.
Right. This is a prize fight in a sense, right? Like you're going one-on-one right now with someone who is very powerful, and you realize as everyone turns their guns on you that you are alone. You're a team player who's been left alone. You're not near your love. You're not near your rival. So you are afraid. Let's go to Grouse. It sounded like you wanted to assess things before everyone jumps in, or before you jump in.
Yeah.
What's that look like, and what do you do?
This is probably I mean, this is, Grouse has stealth, so I imagine this is, or can do stealthy things, can behave stealth. I imagine this is kind of like a sort of moving around in the shadows, kind of like around sort of a crescent shape to like get a better sort of angle on what's happening.
Right.
But like moving in the shadows to try and see more.
Okay. Cool. So go ahead and give me and assess the situation, which is roll plus superior. What is your superior?
2.
Okay. It's a pretty good superior.
Yeah.
So an 8. All right. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. Unless you have that special
That's my thing,
right?
yeah, so I get to ask 2. Which is good. I would like to ask, what here can I use to disperse the group? It has a blank there.
Sure.
Well, yeah, we'll do that first.
I think the thing that would disperse them quickly is, let me think. You could. There's a couple things. One, I think you could. I'll give you like a few options. You could do anything that feels like it's super dangerous, like dropping power lines, or opening and directing a fire a hydrant at them. In a big way, stuff like that. But the other big one is just like they will flee the second the police are here or are coming. So the second that like sirens sound close by, and so from one perspective, you could definitely run to where you can like see from your perch a cop car a couple of blocks away. It's like a parked cop car, but maybe you could go there and just turn on that siren. And you just tell this because they're very jumpy, and you maybe even hear them say like, "We got to be quick. We don't want the fuzz getting here." And there's also the VHS store. You can see the blinking alarm light. So maybe if something broke that alarm, it might set them off. 2?
That actually kind of answered the other question I was going to ask, so I should ask a different one.
Okay, that's how it works. That's why you get answers one at a time.
Yeah. Who here is most vulnerable to me?
The toadies, like.
Yeah.
They could be mopped up pretty easily. That's really what it comes down to. Plus the champ, right? But I don't think that the champ is necessarily someone who you're targeting, All right, so now it sounds like the crew is going to get into it all together. When you enter battle against a dangerous foe, add 2 to the team pool. So here's one question. Who is the team's leader?
Is it me?
I think it is.
I kind of think it is too.
You would have my vote.
I've been asleep until moments ago,
Good leadership.
but I'm awake now.
Okay, I'll fine with that.
Okay, so everyone agrees with who the leader is, which is good. So,
But like Mr. Good definitely has a vision board at home with like
oh yeah,
team leader on it.
oh 100,000%, right? Okay, so Entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team is the moment when the team is about to start fighting. So you're not, so you were alone, so you couldn't trigger this move, Art. I ask who the team leader is. There's no dissent. I love this line, though. If there's dissent, the GM makes the final call, but that's a good sign that team members might mistrust the leader of the team or the team. So one, you do not, or do you? Wait, I think you do actually, right? It says if the leader has influence over every other
I don't have
teammate?
influence. I don't think I have influence over Grouse.
No, you have.
No.
You have
everyone has
influence.
influence on you.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I have
you're
influence
Right. Okay.
over the
both-
champ and Mr. Good, but
Good.
not
Okay.
Grouse.
If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team. Is there any dissent over what your purposes are? What are your
Stop
purposes?
the crime.
Stop Thresher.
Stop Thresher, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is so the here's their example from the book, which is really good. Mild variation is fine. The difference between beat the bad guys and beat Vortex is negligible, but the difference between beat Vortex and save my mom is significant, right? But it sounds like everyone's beat Thresher here, or beat the bad guy, stop the crime. That's all fine. If any team member mistrusts the leader of the team, remove a team. Sounds like no there, right? Everyone trusts Paternoster.
Thank you.
My mentor doesn't trust Paternoster, but I don't think I have feelings right now.
Okay, you don't have mistrust feelings. Okay. If your team is ill-prepared or off-balance, remove a team. Sounds like you expected a fight here, right? You're not.
Yeah,
this
we
isn't.
could be more ill-prepared, I think.
Yes, I think that's true. So, the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool. Anyone, which didn't happen, anyone working with the team can spend team. So this is the help system. Duh. Anyone working with the team can spend team 1-for-1 to help a teammate, giving them +1 to their role. Team members can also spend team to act selfishly. When you act selfishly, say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates, remove one team from the pool, and shift one label up and one label down, your choice. You can use this option after rolling to alter the label you're rolling with. Whenever the time passes, the GM will empty the team pool and restore it to one team. All right, so Paternoster, what are you doing as team leader as things kick off?
I think just leaping to my feet and unfurling. Is that a word you use for wings?
Yeah, sure.
Unfurling? Unfurling my wings, and I think we get that like classic comic book shot of like a view from the street up to the building with the like superhero silhouetted, except instead of a silhouette, you
wings
can
are
see the like
huge, right?
light through the wings. Yeah, they're like massive. I have a big. They're like angel wings. They're like
Right.
or like Victoria's Secret wings, right?
Right.
Like huge, but gigantic.
Not like
Angels or Victoria's Secret wings, the two types, yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. I don't
The
see
two
anything
wings.
controversial here. The two wings. And then I think that like I think I look over at Mr. Good and say, Franklin, you ready to go?
Yeah, ready, super ready. Let's go.
And then I think if you're up for it, Keith, I'd like to like pick you up by the shoulders and like swing you down into the fight.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
into it.
Cool.
I think can I segue this straight into an attack?
Sure, keep going, yeah.
So I think I drop Mr. Good down behind a toady, well placed behind a lackey.
Throw me.
I think I fling him and then just go like boots together into the back of another toady.
Perfect.
Is the plan at least?
You don't need to roll for that.
Oh dang! Why?
So like that's because they're
that team
toadies.
Because they're toadies.
That's not what this game is, right? Like
right.
directly.
We're just walloping toadies. left
Yeah,
and right.
yeah, yes. So I'll read this from the book to help like make this super clear. So, directly engaging a threat is the move for straightforwardly duking it out with something, a monster, a villain, whatever. If you're playing a bit of rope-a-dope, hoping to tire an enemy out, you're not directly engaging, so the move isn't triggered. If you're up against something or someone that isn't actually all that dangerous to you, then they're not a threat and the move isn't triggered.
That's so good.
So I guess maybe actually what this is an opportunity for a conversation, which is, are they a threat to you? Where are you at as superheroes? Is six or 7 or 8 people with submachine guns actually a threat to you? Because if it is, then we should roll directly engage a threat. Well, for Wolverine, that is not a threat. But for Paternoster and Mr. Good, that might be a threat still.
I think of them in the way that, like, once you've played enough of the, like, Arkham games,
Yeah.
people with machine guns are a problem, but they're not like a capital P problem.
Yeah.
They're more of a problem than just your regular guy.
Right.
But they're also just like, okay, I'll have to think a bit harder about this, but I'm much more concerned about the like mini boss or something.
So my question here for you is this the beginning of the game where you don't have the ability to like grab their gun with a grapple hook or a web shot? Or are you deeper in where it's like, oh yeah, some mooks with guns, who cares? And I mean this for the table, not just for you as individual characters. Keith.
I don't think that they're a threat.
Okay. The rest of the table feel similarly about this? This is really a tone question for the game.
I think it's like one of those, like, you have to pay attention, but you're not like...
Yeah.
I want to be clear, they could hurt you. You could fail a roll and take damage, right? Or I mean, that did just happen.
I'm kind of thinking of, I have been playing a lot of the Spider-Man game, and it's sort of like anybody with a gun could hit you and maybe kill you, but the amount of them that you take down before you get hit in a bad way again is like, it's dozens or more.
Yeah.
Janine, what were you going to say?
This was kind of my thinking when I was like, how do we scatter them? Is like, they seem like they should be a threat in a group, but when they are broken apart in a way where they can't immediately react to something happening to another one, then they shouldn't be a threat.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. There. So let's say that right now, them as a group is a threat, but once they are, and there's, here's the other one. They are certainly a threat to the champ right now, right? So I think that is maybe the thing. We should think about this in a very fluid sense. Sometimes a group of people can be a threat, and sometimes they can be scattered to the wind. So yes, let's say that this is directly engaging a threat, Paternoster. It sounds like you were rolling danger here, or is this a fastball special? Are you throwing Mr. Good at them, or are you dropping Mr. Good off so that he can directly engage a threat?
Is there any way I could drop Mr. Good off and try and draw fire away from the champ? As one move? Yeah, dropping off Mr. Good, I'm just going to let you do. That's fine. Like, it's not hard for you to fly around and pick people up and drop people off, right? That's not unleashing your powers to overcome an obstacle or reshape the environment, right? So, but how are you helping the champ? So I think it's like when you're watching like snowboard halfpipe or skateboarding, and you see people come over the lip of the pipe, and when they're in the air, they almost seem to move slowly as though they're in water or something. I think I drop Mr. Good off and then like arc upwards in the air, upside down into like a backflip.
Sure.
And the toady is just like, oh my god, and like pull their guns on me instead
upwards,
of yeah.
So when you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, roll plus Savior. For NPC threats, on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. Yes. So this is an NPC threat, not a PC threat. You are not trying to stop a player character. You're trying to stop NPCs. So go ahead and give me your plus Savior.
And I don't get the +1 influence here because I'm not acting on the champ, or do I get it?
No, you're defending the champ. So yes,
so I do get
that +1.
All right.
What is your savior? What is your savior to begin
1 with a +1, making it 2.
Cool. That is a 9. Does anyone want to spend a team to help? I guess I should read what the results are here. On a 7 to 9, it costs you. Expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. Otherwise, I think it's add team to the pool, take influence. Wait, why is it broken down like this?
That's
1 second.
So weird. I don't know what they're saying here.
Yeah, let me take a look at the core book breakdown for this. 1 second.
Sorry, is this for the defend move?
Defend. Yeah, here we go. When you trigger this move, yep. No, I thought I understood this. Keeping them safe means that you prevent the danger you acted against. If you're keeping up an energy shield, blah, blah, blah. Okay, on a 7 to 9, you must expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. Your choice. Exposing yourself to danger leaves the danger up to the GM. I think, are you also just getting the ability... I think you're also... On a hit when defending against an NPC threat, you always get to choose one option from the list. So, you're opening yourself up to danger, but you can also choose one. Add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
I'm going to add a team to the pool.
All right. So you're up to 3 team. But you are put at under threat immediately. They begin to shoot up at you. So I think you've exposed yourself to danger. Unless someone else steps in here to help, some of your wings are going to get shot through.
I can help.
What's that look like?
I know
How are
exactly
you now
that.
continuing this defense streak?
I think the helping situation here is like that really bored seagull. I think, as Grouse is still doing her sort of crescent walk around to like see the angles and stuff, she sees someone who like has the shot. She sees the person who has the shot on Paternoster, and tells that seagull like, "Hey, go fucking fly into that guy's back, or just like in the back of his head or some shit. Like fuck him up a little bit."
Great. All right. So give me a defend again plus savior. Do you have influence over? No, you don't have influence. Oh yeah, you do. You have influence over Paternoster, so get a +1 to this roll.
Savior, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then +1.
Ooh, that's a 6.
Cool, that's not good.
Want to spend a team? I don't think you can spend the team, right? Anyone working with the team.
I had kind of thought that was the thing we were doing.
What's that?
Was like spending a team to get.
No, this is a defend move.
Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, you were doing the move defend. Anyone on the team can spend a team out of the pool to give a teammate +1 on a move after the roll. To do this, the spender has to be able to actually help. If you're in a completely different place from your teammate, then you can't spend team to help unless it makes sense in the fiction, a telepathic connection maybe. So I think in this case, it's like that seagull is just like, the reason this is a 6 right now is that seagull is just too tired to pull this off. And is like flying, but like kind of lackadaisically. It's just like not going to get there in time, basically.
I was gonna spend a team to help, but would it make more sense for Jack to spend the team because his character's like right there, and also
you're all right there at this point. It's three.
Okay.
It's the champ, it's Paternoster, and it's Mr. Good, all kind of in this melee of let's say 7 people with these guns plus Thresher. And then the armored truck, and there are people inside the armored truck who are currently trying to open the doors and get out.
Yeah, I'll spend one then.
Okay, tell me what that looks like.
What is the danger that Grouse is in now?
So I know at this point, Paternoster is the one who's in the most danger. It's these 6 people or 7 people. Aiming, like the half pipe flip is a cool trick, but it's a little slow, and she is about to get lit up here, proving in fact that as a unified group they are a threat.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to disarm them.
Okay, so yeah, it's the same one who the bird. You like, I think you get the gun long enough for the bird to slam into it. Like you kind of like tussle with them a little bit, and the bird slams into them. The gun goes flying out of their hands, and so there's one less of them with a gun in hand. But they're still a threat, right? Like this is that failed first attempt here. I guess it was just the defense still hasn't actually gotten rid of the defense. No one, or the threat, no one has actually engaged them as a threat yet. So they are still on the table as a potential threat. I will also say, Janine, you should pick either add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
Add a team to the pool.
All right, move that one back in. There we go. All right. All right, we should at this point, Mr. Good, you and the champ are the 2 who are in the mix on the ground. Let's start with Mr. Good and then wrap back around to the champ.
Okay. So I've got that section of the toadies sort of.
They are now tussling with you, I think, as we get a couple of panels of Thresher and the champ duking it out. Okay,
yeah, I would like to. I just want to get rid of the toadies. I want to be done with them.
All right. So what are you doing to do that?
I would like to get rid of them as a threat, which means I want to engage enough of them to where they're not.
What's it look like on the in the comic? What does Mr. Good do here?
I'm throw one of them at another one of them.
Okay, that's like a lot of. So you're like strong. You're like strong enough to lift a person.
I am strong enough to lift a person. I also am a martial artist, and so I guess I'm using their momentum against them. That's the sort of thing I'm doing.
Cool. And it's just gonna. Give me the directly engage a threat roll, right?
Okay.
Which is your danger. What is your danger?
I think it's -1. Okay,
great, good. Yikes.
4.
Well, that's a 4, which is low.
Yeah.
Again, if some people can spend, if you want to spend all of the team here, you could theoretically, or can you only spend one team per?
No, I'll just get hit.
Okay. So I think the thing that actually happens here is you so you do that throw, you do the kind of like martial arts toss of using the momentum against them, and that knocks 2 of them out of it for a second. But a third one just catches you in the chin with like the rifle butt or like the butt of their gun, and another one just shoots you and like catches you in the arm. And there's like gunfire happens, and you manage to like pull back around the corner of this armored truck, but like you're bleeding from the arm immediately. Mm-hmm. And then we get the panel that moves up and looks up to the on the side of the armored truck. And they are like now like holding you, they're like pinning you down. Like I've been playing lots of Frozen Synapse, so it's like if you move from this corner, they have the fucking aim on you right now. So you're bleeding and like your arm is there. So take actually I think take a powerful blow here. So roll roll plus conditions, which is 2d6 plus however many conditions you have, which is 1,
sure.
I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
6.
All right. On a 6. So when you take a powerful blow, lower is good. On a miss, you stand strong, mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow.
How is the mark potential work?
There is just a little 4 or 5 dots. Yep, you got it. Boom.
It's just okay.
That's it. Yep.
How
do you weather this?
How do I?
Yeah, you've kind of been like hit in the face and shot in the arm.
That's how I weather it. Getting shot is like usually not a big deal. I probably have
it's like the panel like it's a shot
you know what
of
I do?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have my armor is segmented and parts of the armor will become a tourniquet.
Oh, interesting.
Like I can turn something like I think it's motorized, but like I twist, like I turn like a knob, and then like right above like the shot in the forearm, arm.
Yeah, I was thinking bicep actually.
Bicep.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a thing on my
like
shoulder, and
bicep.
I turn it, and like part of the armor sort of cinches tighter on my skin. And
what's your armor like? I hadn't actually pictured you in armor, which is my own fault.
I think it's like a classic superhero style. I think it looks like regular material, like it looks like it's like a spandex thing, but it's like strong. It's like woven carbon fiber, whatever.
Right, bullshit.
Superhero shit that is going on these days.
Cool. Okay, and there's like a knob or like a
I think
thread
there's
or like
I think there's like at different points in the segment, there's like a small dial that I just switch on.
Okay, cool. And it tourniquets up.
Yeah.
That's brutal. It's like it says a lot about who Mr. Good is. Champ, you are on top of this armored car at this point. I think we get the shot of either you jumping up after Thresher or her throwing you up there. I'm not sure, but you're on the top of it, and you're probably just jumping up. You didn't take a powerful blow. And she like takes a fighting stance again, and this time you can see that she's like pulled her tail back a little bit so you can see where it is, as if she's like, there's a little bit of like playful respect giving here, right? She's like, oh, look, I'll show you all my toy. Like, here we go. Like, let's have this fight. And then before that, she says like, what are you wearing, Champ? Like, what's your costume look like?
Okay, so the top of it is like sort of like between a flak jacket and a sleeveless hoodie.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, and okay, I want to be a little controversial with the bottoms of this costume.
Okay.
Because I'm going to say that it's sort of like Gambit's pants.
Okay.
But like, you know how his boots are just bonkers?
His boots are bonkers. His boots are like, we're talking about like classic pink shirt Gambit, right?
Yeah. Because I want those like the kind of like, you know, the tight pants with the purple hashes on the side. Love it. Steel boots with big kneecaps. Not here for that.
No, not feeling that as much.
No.
Wait, sorry, you cut out for me. What is the kneecaps thing?
Hold on. Let me just.
I got you. I can copy and paste this. That's business. Here we go. Boom. Gambit.
Oh,
so not the big steel knees.
He's
not
wearing
the
a suit
big
of armor
steel
up to
knees.
his knees.
It's
Yeah.
very goofy.
So what if we let's say that's like on a 1 to 10, that's like an 11 for weird metal boots. What if the champ's metal boots are more at like a 3?
Okay, sure. They come up to like less than the knee.
Yeah, there's no kneecap at all. It's just
Great.
no kneecap at all.
Okay. So I think Thresher, before you can even like, get into the next step of the fight, is your face showing? Is your face visible?
Oh yeah.
Like 100%, right?
Yeah, come find me.
Okay. She's like, why are you protecting casino money? Get out of here.
That's a great question, honestly. Why are we protecting casino money?
A weirdo told us is why. A weirdo told us that this was going to happen.
Yeah. I sort of just want to be, you know what? Shut up. That's why.
She says, and she's like kind of circling you a little bit, and like she's in like a boxing stance also. Not a real boxing stance. You're a boxer. You know what a boxing stance is. Do you know what I mean? She's like I've watched boxing on TV and have gotten into real fights in my life thing. So it's like she's kind of teasing you with her stance a little bit.
Sure. Probably just the hands aren't high enough up, you know?
Yeah, 100% that. Yeah, exactly. But they're high enough up for a real fight. You know what I mean? Like for like just like a fight on the street with other people who don't know how to fucking fight. She says, tough girl like you should be swinging on my side of things.
No, I don't do that.
She has influence over you because she is older than you. She's an adult. And she's like a young adult. She's like low 20s. You know what I mean? We should actually, what are character ages here? Just so we're all on the same page.
How old are you? Is 19.
Right.
Hold on. How old do you have to be in Golden Gloves?
Good question.
16 or older. So let's say 17.
Okay. Grouse and Paternoster?
I think I'm also about 17.
Okay.
I think Grouse is also about 17.
Okay, so yeah, that's all. It's like people going into their senior year or in the or whatever, and also Mr. Good, who was at community college, which we talked about, right? Or who was at who knows, but like just out of high school. She is like 22, and she's like little sis. Like you're fighting for the wrong people. What she's trying to do is use her influence over you to tell you who you are or how the world works, and she's kind of trying to say, "You're little people. You should be fighting with me." In fact, I think she probably just says, "You're little people. You should be fighting with me." And you can either accept what they say or reject their influence. If you accept what they say, the GM will adjust your labels accordingly. If you want to keep your labels as they are, you must reject their influence.
And in what way are the label?
I would be lowering your danger here and raising your mundane.
No, I'm going to reject that.
Okay, when you reject someone's influence, roll. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 10+, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1.
I'm just rolling just 2D.
I think it's just 2d6. I'm pretty sure, unless you have a special thing that says that. I'll double check though. Reject someone's. How's it not show up there? How's this not? Oh, is it? No, it is reject. Here we go. Here we go. Page 76. Rejecting someone's influence is the moment that you realize what someone just said to you and you question whether you should really be listening to them. It's about pulling yourself free of someone else's opinions for better or worse. It requires a flat roll unmodified by any labels, but if you have influence over them, you add a +1 bonus to the move, but you do not. So 2d6, flat.
All right. I rolled a 4 last time, so I'm due.
That's a 10.
That is a 10. You were
On a
due.
10, choose 2. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice. Cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them. You get 2 of those.
I will clear my condition.
Good call. Not afraid
And-
anymore.
I will cancel their influence.
Okay, and take +1 forward.
Yeah.
All right, so with that +1 forward, what do you do?
I think I'm gonna punch real hard. I think this is like I'm gonna use the fact that I can see that she's not a real boxer,
Right.
and she's trying to like be in this like boxing stance with me because she's trying to like put on this air of like knowing better than me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do like that. I'm gonna do like a quick feint and then just like a real nasty hook, a real nasty left hook.
Sounds like directly engaging a threat to me.
Yeah, I was trying to get to that's directly engaging a threat.
Does she have a shark head? Like a shark
She
face?
has like, I think she has a shark face. She still
like a
has
shark
human hair.
nose? You're supposed to punch sharks in the nose, so this is actually really appropriate.
You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, are you not?
I just found this out.
Oh.
Most people try to punch a shark in the nose, end up putting their hands in the shark's mouth.
I guess that
Yeah,
makes
that doesn't
sense.
sound-
You're supposed to punch its eyes. That's
You're supposed to
Or
go for
its
the
gills?
eyes and the gills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But I'm going for the jaw because big jaw, big punch.
Thresher
That's-
sharks
that's
also
what they
pretty
say.
small mouths.
Yeah, she just has a big shark face. Like that's.
Also, she's probably not going to eat you. Like, that's probably not her thing. Right?
She has big. She does have big sharp teeth.
But does she eat people?
You know, she's out here. That is an 8. On a 10, pick 2. On a 7 and 9, pick 1.
These have been very low rolls. I have +3, so getting a 7 and an 8 have been low rolls.
Yeah, you roll a 2 and a 3 on this.
Pick 1. I will resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, but you are hitting. Yeah. Okay, good. You get that good hit in, and I think you see that it crosses her face. That she is. I think she gets angry when this happens. You just like knock her fucking hard. So the way HP works for villains is very similar to you, which is they have conditions. And she takes the angry condition here. So you see like the panel is you just like she completely buys into your feint. You know what I mean? She like you do that little light feint and she like starts to guard that way, and then you just come back around with that hook, and it's like boom, spit coming out of her shark mouth. We go like full Fight Night, 2006 slow motion, and she like drops to a knee for a second. She almost like falls. She in fact I think you knock her off of the back of the truck, and then you see like her thresher tail stab into the truck, and then she like flips back up and she spits out blood, and her eyes are just like burning red with anger. And she, the way this works is that villains do stuff when they get conditions. I actually think what she does is she just like stands in front of you, and then like her blade thing just immediately instead of being in the side of the truck, goes into the truck's side door and just rips it off, and then picks up one of the guards and lifts them in the air and just holds them there. And she's just like, she's basically threatening this person's life. And she says, "Get out of here. You don't want more people really hurt." Let's pause there and we'll jump back. Like that's like the cut from that page. Turn the page. What do we see? Who else has stuff? Paternoster was getting shot at. I think at this point that group is still a threat. And they've pinned down Mr. Good. So Grouse and Paternoster. Let's start there as this group continues to kind of. I think they split into 2 groups of 3, and each of them are coming around the 2 different sides of the armored truck to kind of like catch him in a crossfire. So Paternoster and Grouse, what are y'all up to?
I want to try and I have a relatively quick idea of trying to disperse the dudes
Sounds
by I want to basically telepathically call a mockingbird over to make police siren sounds.
Great. Good.
This is a fantastic job you're doing, Janina. I just want to publicly recognize this.
What's that? What's that look like in the panels? How do you show that?
In the panels, this is probably one of those things where it's like there's like a closed eyes, like hand on the temple thing because she has to like reach a little farther than the immediate area to like get a mockingbird.
I don't know where the nearest mockingbird is. Probably a little bit further away. It's definitely they exist in Jersey, but
yeah. And I mean, if there's one in the city, it probably knows what a police siren sounds like.
Totally. I actually like it's like the panel of you looking down from above and seeing the group of 6 kind of moving around the armored truck as it's like Champ and Thresher on the top, and then the 2 groups of 3 guards coming around as Mr. Good cinches his arm, and then I love the hand on head close up. What's it look like?
We call it the Aquaman.
Oh my god! Is there a visual effect in the comic for when you do this? Is it like weird like lines?
I imagine it's like those squiggly lines that kind of radiate outward. Like it's one of those things that like in reality, in person, there's no obvious sign of that. But there's no obvious difference between doing that and like having a headache or whatever. But in the sort of visual art narrative, it's probably like weird squiggles or like maybe the background kind of has that like heat effect of like it just gets all like woobly.
Right. Totally.
I read a lot of comics. Woobly. Yeah. You know.
Woobly.
Let's see. What is this? What do you think this is? I think it's
Unleash Your Powers would be my guess, but I'm not sure.
It's overcoming an obstacle, I guess. Let me read from that section because
extend your senses.
It's a bit of an overarching move. When you're trying to punch a titanic rock monster, it feels like you're unleashing your powers, but that's directly engaging a threat.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's nothing direct about this.
Yeah. I'd say this is... Let's go ahead and say this is unleashing your powers. I kind of want to hold that to be big stuff, but this is a big thing, I guess. It's just a little thing because of what the powers are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm down with it. So that's roll plus freak. What is your freak score?
0.
Okay, well, roll 2d6. Do you have... You don't have... Oh, yeah, you have influence over Mr. Good, so +1.
Oh.
So 8.
Okay.
Okay, so when you... On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. I think just mark a condition. Let me think. Let's see what the condition is. So the police siren, the mockingbird starts making the police siren. You see them begin to scatter. But
I have a suggestion for a condition.
Yeah, sure. What is your suggestion?
My suggestion would be insecure because she's the only person who hasn't actually revealed herself to this fight. Like she's been hidden this whole time.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I like that a lot. Which is like, yeah, you've dispersed these people, but like when people tell the story, when the people who are watching this from the window say that the crime was busted, you will not have been involved. So yeah, take insecure. I like that a lot. Cool. The 6 remaining guards plus the one who lost their gun before, are like, cheese it! We gotta get out of here! And quickly, hop down into the hole that had been created in the ground, from when, Thresher, like, street sharked her way up into place. And you see that Thresher is like, shit! But still has this person up in the air. Paternoster, what are you doing now?
I think I'm going to... If I wanted to make a move to, like... Thresher's attention is on the champ right now, right?
Yeah.
I think I want to try and, like knock them down. Like, flatten them.
Yep. Just, like, slam into them?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go shooting up into the sky. And then just come down, like, spinning with my wings rolled around me as this, like colorful sort of, like, meteor coming down.
Yeah, I love it. Great.
And I think because I got kind of shot at, there's like colorful glass coming down around me as well.
Love it.
And I think I just want to like hit Thresher as hard as I can from like 200 feet.
Well, that is directly engage a threat. Absolutely. Roll your danger.
Okay. Can I take a +1 team on this roll? No, 'cause I'm not
someone
helping.
else does that.
Oh, I see. Someone could help me. All right, fine. We can do that after
And
I
you
roll.
could do that. You could spend it yourself if you were acting selfishly. But this
I don't
does not
think
seem
I
like
am.
that. No,
I'm
me
just-
either.
No. All right. Okay. My danger is -1.
All right.
So get ready with your,
Uh-huh.
team trigger fingers here.
Yep.
Oh dear.
That is.
It says "oh dear" on the
It does
thing.
say "oh dear."
It says "oh dear."
Oh my
Oh,
god!
God,
Someone
I think-
screenshot that.
I think Hilda says that as well as she falls. I think she sees something as she comes down that makes her realize that the impact is going to be different to how she intended it to be.
Yeah, I think it's. Do you play? People here play Street Fighter ever?
I
Yeah,
haven't-
I've played it. I have played it ever. Yeah.
You know how when you first start, when I started playing Street Fighter, what I did a lot was I did a jump kick. I was like, I'll do a jump kick and then I'll land and do a sweep or like a punch or something.
Yeah.
And then when I played people who knew how to play Street Fighter, what happened to me every time was I got a dragon punch or a flash kick or something like that and would knock me the fuck out of the sky. This is one of those, which is like, yes, you're very good normally, Paternoster, at doing this dive bomb because most people are as tall as people are. Thresher has a giant knife tail that's much taller than she is, and that she seems to be able to use independently. The
God.
good news is I think in dropping the police or the armed guard, the security guard, he gets cut. Like he slides down her tail.
the tail?
It does not into it. She's not impaling anybody here, right? But it does cut him down the chest, and he's coughing, and is hurt. But then she's charging forward at the champ and then jumps and just does a cool tail whip at you
God.
and uses it the way Threshers use it, not as a stabbing thing, but as just this slap and just catches you in the fucking side, just hard side slams you with it.
Yeah, just change direction in midair.
Totally. And then comes down on the other side of the champ and is now behind the champ also. She kind of uses the tail to she doesn't just hit you with it. She's using it to fling herself up into the air and almost do a dolphin dive or over the champ and behind him. So you take a powerful blow.
I sure do.
Roll plus conditions marked. Which you don't have any yet, right?
No.
So
I
2d6.
Just hit that button.
Yep.
yeah.
That's
Hey.
an 11. On a 10 plus, choose one.
Where was that the first time?
I don't know. You must remove yourself from the situation.
Oh no,
flee.
it's bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh,
Flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or choose two options from the 7 to 9 list. Either you lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground. Your opposition
God.
gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions. So you can pick 2 of those final 3 or one of those top ones.
Oh God.
It's just and also the sound effect is just slap. That's what it just says on the on the panel.
Oh dear.
It says it on the roll. It's so good. Oh.
It's also what's great is all of the other ones have been capitalized and punctuated. This is just all lowercase in Comic Sans.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's very good.
Okay, right. I'm just trying to pass the sentence, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition.
So that's one of those things that makes more sense, I think, if this is a conversational sequence, right? When you there's a move that you can do, which is when you take advantage of your influence over someone, surrender the influence you hold over them to give them -2 on a move they just made, inflict a condition on them, or take an additional +1 on a move targeting them after the roll. So I guess you could. Do you
Okay, yeah. No, I think what I want to do is I'm going to give ground.
Okay,
My opposition gets an opportunity.
sure.
And I'm going to lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action.
What are you doing instead?
And I think what happens is Hilda just sort of pulls themselves up on the tips of their wings,
Yeah.
like birds of prey do,
Yeah.
and just screams at Elena and says, "Elena, I have a signing tomorrow."
Oh my god. So, what condition are you giving?
I'm provoking to foolhardy action.
Oh,
I think
to
rather
foolhardy
than
action. Okay.
inflicting a condition as a
Good.
sort of a like, get us out of here, Elena, in a way that is foolhardy.
Great, good. I actually have a question. I have to figure out if that is just a fiction thing, or if that means that you've successfully done the provoke move, which is a different thing.
Oh my god.
So let's see.
I'm sorry, Art.
That's okay.
No, this is what loves do, right? That's what makes
Right.
this an interesting thing.
Sure.
Gene,
Here we go.
no.
I don't think this is a provoke someone. I think it just works, right? Because it's
No. I'm not saying it rolls. I'm saying do we resolve the effects of provoking a PC? Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So, one second here. Lashing out verbally. Take a powerful blow. We got that. I'm going to say it is, because when you provoke something susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do. And in this case, it's like, get this person, right? And it's... the way it works is like when you've successfully provoked a player character, you tell them to do a thing, and if it's on a 10+, if they do it, add team to the pool, and if they don't do it, they mark a condition.
Oh wow.
So there is some stuff there, and I want to say that using those specific terms to me suggests actually using that move, and I'd like to incentivize it mechanically if possible. So, yeah. And also the other half of this was that you gave ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity. After doing that backflip, Thresher uses her tail to like finally cut through the rear doors of the armored truck and rips out like a couple of the bags of the take for that night, which are just big duffel bags that are now hanging on her tail. And she actually is here's the real thing she's doing is leaving. She like starts running away from y'all and towards the hole in the ground that she came out of.
Oh god.
So Champ, you're provoked. What do you do?
I think there's like this desire to like be impressive right now because of the relationship of the bull's heart.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna unleash my powers.
Okay. To do what?
I think you get that like what's like around? It's like there's the truck. Is there anything else?
There's a truck. Again, there's some shops nearby, but there's mostly residential stuff. There's signage. There's a mailbox. There are like some of those like newspaper holder. You know what I mean? The vending machines, the newspaper machines.
Yeah.
There's trash. There's like a trash can. It's a city street. Like imagine we're playing Hero Clicks.
All right. Okay, I think like you get like the glowing effect on her foot, and what she does is she like stomps the ground real hard, and all of those little things kind of like pop up, and she like just starts like battering them at the fleeing. So I'm reshaping my environment.
I think that's directly engage a threat. You're fighting.
You do?
If you're trying to hit someone, that is fighting. That is engaging a threat. If you're trying to punch through a wall, that's unleash your powers. If you're trying to, create a distraction or something, even that might be provoke someone. You know what I mean? But
Sure. Oh, is provoke the right thing?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
guess, are they susceptible to my words?
No, they are not.
I mean, what if I'm really good at trash talk?
They could be down the line, is what I'll say.
All right, well then I'll do the thing where I chuck a lot of junk at them.
Okay, so give me directly engage a threat then. Hey, that's an 8. Does anyone
That's
want to
still
help?
a really bad roll for +3.
It's still another 2 plus
A
3.
lot of really bad rolls today.
They're rough out there. Does anyone want to help with this?
Can I help?
Anybody who's nearby who's on the team can spend a team to help. Yes.
Yeah, I'll spend a team to help.
What's that look like? And also, really quick, Champ, you should mark. I'm going to add team to the pool. That's actually what it is because you've done the thing that was told she told you to do. So,
and then I'm immediately going to spend that.
Okay. How are you helping in this attack?
I am helping in this attack by she's aiming for this hole.
Yeah.
We're all agreed I shouldn't have picked up the truck, right?
And you're kind of like flinging stuff at her.
Yeah. Just
wait, did you do the truck?
No.
Oh,
didn't
okay.
do the truck.
Okay, I was worried. I was like, wait, what?
No. I think what I might try and do is, I think we get the panel is from the side, and we can see the stuff kind of being flung in the direction of Thresher, and we get like 2 panels of Paternoster running in the direction of Thresher, and then like one panel of her in the air, sort of flapping around Thresher's head. I guess kind of like Grouse tried to make the seagull do. The seagull and I, we're both tired. But I'm gonna.
We both have a signing in the morning. It's a very popular seagull.
Seagull signing. They got places to be, seagulls. Mostly eating chips. No, I'm going to just like try and flap around Thresher's head and destabilize her.
Okay, we need one more to make this a full success. Mr. Good, you're on the ground. You're nearby. Are you helping here?
Yeah, I guess I can help.
What's that look like?
Well, I'm on the other side of the truck, I think, so...
No, you're in my mind, you are still on the same side of the truck. She, hopped... So Champ, I keep almost saying Grand. It's so hard to break that habit. Champ was on the rear side of the armored truck, and Thresher did the dragon punch with her tail, and then, flapped off of that to jump behind... the Champ, get the money, and start running away that way. So, literally landed in front of you and just sprinted away.
Okay, I think I have a very clear picture of what I want to do, and it's I'm going to grab and restrain Thresher, at the moment when one of the Champ's projectiles connects.
Right.
That's my chance. So I'm in pursuit.
Okay, so you're you're physically chasing after her. I think you get the situation. We see the thing where you grab her tail, but then you realize it's sharp, so you get a little cut in your hand. But you're able to do that full directly engage a threat. Now that has succeeded. So on a 10+ Champ, pick 2: resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, impress, surprise, or frighten.
Well, I guess I sort of have to take resist or avoid their blows.
Yeah, that seems to have happened
here.
Fiction
of running away.
Yeah.
I think I need another create an opportunity. I'm trying to create opportunity for my allies to put this down.
Okay, well, so then I think the thing that's happened here then is the opportunity is immediate, and it's for Mr. Good, right? Mr. Good is now in position, has her. It's like. I want to say maybe you're even able to cut her off and get between the exit hole and her. And so it's one-on-one. Here you go. What do you do? She's like, get out of the way.
Don't listen to her.
Oh, don't?
Don't do that.
I'm trying to decide if I don't think this move works here, but I do have a move. But it could. I guess it depends on how much danger I'm in. By just standing in between where she wants to go and her.
What's
I have
the move?
a move, Suck It to Mission, which is when you stand strong while dramatically under fire, roll plus savior instead of plus danger to directly engage a threat, which is a better move for me.
Yeah. I'd say it is...
I guess it depends on how dangerous the thing that I decide to do is. And, the thing that I am going to do is try to get in close and... fight her hand to hand in a way that...
Yeah, I'll say yes here. I'll say yes here. I think it's super dangerous. You are not a superhero, right?
No.
This will not go well for you if you fuck up. So directly engage using Savior. What is your Savior?
3.
Wow, 13. Wow. All right, pick 2. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, impress, surprise, or frighten.
I think I've got to... I'm going to take the money.
Okay.
And I'm going to create another opportunity for your allies.
So you are not resisting their blow.
No.
All right, take a powerful blow. Roll plus conditions. And we'll just narrate what that looks like then.
Okay. I defended someone earlier, right? I did that, so I'm not guilty anymore.
You spent a team token to help someone else's defense roll. You did not roll defense.
Okay.
Unless it didn't. No, I don't see it
think
in
you're
here.
right.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
Yeah, you still have that
so
condition.
2d6
plus 1. Yeah. You want this to be low.
Yeah, I do. 12.
That's a 12. That's really high.
Yeah,
so on a
that's
10
very
plus, you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself and your powers in a terrible way.
Wow, this
or
one is rough.
Or choose 2 from that 7 to 9 list. Lash out verbally, give ground, struggle past the pain.
What do you think you lose control of yourself means to a hero with no powers?
I mean, I think for me,
in a terrible way.
For me, I think you get really badly hurt. I think losing control of yourself, given what you've told us about who Mr. Good is that you stay in that fight longer than you should, and you get hurt bad. Because the thing that you're good at is staying in combat past when you're supposed to, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's like broken bones, it's bad lacerations. It's not like, and then like, for someone like for grouse, it might be, and then a huge flock of birds slams into a window and breaks it, and alarms start going off and people are hurt. Or for the bull, it might be, or for the champ, it might be like, hurting something, destroying a statue or whatever. In this case, it's hurting yourself.
Yeah.
At least in the current situation.
I know what I'm doing. Okay. So I got the money.
Yeah, so I think it's like
an opportunity, and now I'm fleeing. I flee.
Oh, what's the fleeing look like? So you like grab the money from her tail, basically.
Yeah.
She slaps you with it the same way that she slapped Paternoster. And then like you do like a cool hand salt, and like you're like, I'm out of here. I got the money.
Yeah. I definitely like recover. Like, oh, you moved me away from you. Perfect. I'm gone with it.
And you're in the alleys. That means you're out of the scene. I want to be clear. Like that is not you don't get to come back into the scene at this point. So, Mr. Good has left the scene, but she is now wide open. And also because that was a complete hit on her before, she is also afraid. And that means that she is going to
so she's now angry and afraid?
Yeah. She's already kind of fleeing. No, I think that's yeah, so she is going to continue to flee, but she's running in such a way that's like there's still an opportunity here because she's not like covering her tracks at all. In fact, I think the thing that one of the opportunities that's revealed is, so she jumps down into that hole, right? And you see that it turns into a regular manhole cover as she jumps in. And it's all of the destruction of the ground seems to vanish. And something about her and her powers are not what they seem to be, is what I will say. Like, she didn't run away by diving headfirst into the ground and sewer sharking, like, swimming through concrete. She jumped down a manhole cover. That's a thing you can actually follow her with. So the opportunity is still there. She's not like swimming through concrete in a way that you could never follow her. She's just running through a sewer system. So what do the rest of you do at this point?
Ugh. Are we like, how are we all doing for running through a sewer right now?
I'm fine.
I have a signing tomorrow. But
Can I propose something that would be less? I can propose it. So sewers sometimes have like bigger outlet-y great things, and we have an amphibious car.
You do.
Could we just like kuze her?
I'm sorry?
We have an amphibious car.
Yeah, you have an amphibious car. You maybe even
my boss mom gave us an amphibious car.
Yeah, waxwing.
I had gone by that point, so I think that the sheer majesty of having an amphibious car had been lost on me.
That's fair.
We do have an amphibious car, so we want to just cut her off at the pass.
This is a now or never. Like, you're not going to get into the car, try to find where she is. Like, she is going to vanish the way supervillains do at this point. You know what I mean? Like, she's not here to fight.
Sure.
So she's gonna. That's why she's fleeing. You know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Of like, yeah, I think we have to go for it, right? Because if there's one thing I know about teenagers, it's that they stay up late. Says the person awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. And also, I feel like getting the money might not necessarily be enough for these people.
I do want to remind you of two specific things, or one specific thing, which is two specific things. One, you're probably hurt kind of, Paternoster, from that hit.
Yeah.
But two, someone is cut down the middle of their chest and is bleeding. And I only bring that up because you're good characters, as far as I know.
No, you're right. And
you're right.
Abandoning that would...
I think it's worth thinking, what does my character care about here? Because for some of your characters, I do think giving chase to Thresher might be the right call. But for others, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is the case. I think this is the case of, like... knowing when we're kind of beat. We got the money.
You got the money. You stopped the robbery.
Yeah. And I took Defender, so I should probably stay here while my rival's hurt.
Is that what's Defender do again?
It doesn't do anything. I'm just using what the word says.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Look, there'll be another opportunity to take out Thrasher. Maybe.
Right, also, you don't even know where Mr. Good is. Mr. Good left.
Yeah,
Presumably,
we're down one. We got
fair,
hurt people.
I want to be clear. I'm not dragging Mr. Good for that. I'm just saying Mr. Good is out of
the money. Like,
yes.
completed the objective.
Hey, I got the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Can I call him?
Mr. Good?
Yeah, I think. What's your
think so.
ringtone?
Good question. Great question. Honestly.
It's
So
like the chip tune. It's like that. It's like that.
Do you just have like a flip phone? Like, what's your situation?
No, I just like that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
They
gonna
don't
call
make
you.
sorry, Jack. They don't make good ringtones anymore. I don't know if you noticed.
No,
ringtones,
they don't make good ringtones
Ringtones on phones are all bad
What
now.
is my ringtone? I think my ringtone is... We can't do this. I think
Nope.
my ringtone is just a phone ringing.
Right? They're not good anymore. I'll
Anyway,
play mine.
yeah. No, oh god.
Oh, is this really what it is right now? I just got a new phone, so mine's is even worse than usual.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So I call you. You're running.
Hello?
You're. Are you okay? Where are you?
I'm shot. I have the money though.
Where? No. Where are you? Speak clearly.
Alley,
I can't.
in the-
You're breaking. What?
I'm in alley.
No, I can't. It's where. The signal in
Shot,
F City. I swear. It's
digging
just,
it out with a knife. So
No, don't. No, that's not good. No, we can help you here. Just hang on. Can you hear me? If you can hear me.
Can I just insert a panel? There's one panel that is just, it's a map of the area, and it's one arrow pointing at Paternoster, and it's like a blue and black map of the neighborhood. One arrow pointed at where it's like Paternoster here. There's the flipped over truck icon. And then just like the alley next door, like right there, like down one alley, then another is where Mr. Good is.
like if we hung up the phones, we'd be able to like hear each other.
100%.
No, he hung up. Elena, I can't hear him anymore. I think the signal's really bad. I think he's
call
nearby.
Paternoster back.
Okay, hi. Are you? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Oh Jesus! All right, okay. Spread out. We're gonna find
Grouse,
you.
you absolutely hear
Yeah, I was
Mr.
gonna
Good
say, am I
still
like
high
on a
up,
roof?
yes.
Yeah, I'm still high up. So it's like I just walk across this roof. I look down. I see this one half of this conversation. I walk across the roof, look down, see the other half of the conversation.
It's like a family circus comic with the dotted line.
You just like wave us over, like he's over.
Perfect.
I'm sitting on the money and I'm like digging.
I think we cut this scene and we come back at base or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Of just like bruised, but like semi-triumphant at having gotten the money.
And a bag of money on. What did you do with the money? And also, do you call an ambulance for this person?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Oh, I bet we have a bunch of burners. And we just call an ambulance and just leave a burner, like, with the guy.
That's pretty funny. I kind of like that.
To just be like, there's just a phone ringing next to this man.
Yeah, there's some Android phone, some just like, maybe that's your flip phone, actually.
Yeah, it's like a
God.
phone that you can pick up from like a
CVS
$20.
will sell you a flip
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact,
buy
you don't
them in
even need
bulk.
to, actually, if you're just calling the police or like the ambulance, that's free. You don't even need any
Oh yeah,
minutes.
no, you don't need a card or anything, right? It just
No,
goes
I think maybe Waxwing just gives you, like, showed up one day to
like
your base
100.
with 1,000 flip phones. You know, she's rich, so
It cost total $40.
right. And as a reminder, your home base is in the basement of an
arcade.
arcade on a rebuilt amusement like pier, where you beat the Eel King and the cult of the Eel King. A couple of in C. Bluff City Masks, issue 1, So yeah, you're all back there. Oh, unless actually, really quick, maybe I should actually wait. Do you want to investigate the crime scene at all? Is there anything else you want to do after those people are taken care of and safe, after she gets away?
Am I allowed to participate in this?
Yeah, this is now a new scene.
Can I take a look at the manhole cover?
Totally. It's a manhole cover.
There's nothing weird about it at all.
There is. Maybe you should. Let me see if the assess questions actually make sense, or if there's stuff that I should just. The assess questions don't even make sense here. I think I'm just gonna. There's a big dent in the bottom of it. It's clear that she like punched, and maybe there's a hole through it. Even she used her tail to punch up through that manhole cover and flip the car.
Okay.
She was not emerging as if Jaws from the
From a sewer.
from a sewer. No. So that's weird. But also that tail is clearly real. That part of it's clearly real.
Well, the toadies went down that same hole, so it wasn't like a magic hole to begin with, right?
No, it was just a hole in the ground that turned out to just be a manhole cover that went down into a sewer system. I'll say, there really isn't anything here that's like look for clues, right? So I think I'm just gonna give you some stuff here, which is I'll give you one thing, which is you like go back down. Maybe it's the next day, maybe it's that night. I don't know. I guess here's my question: who is the one who ends up going into the sewers to try to like do some investigation, if anyone?
I'll do it. I'll go in the sewers.
That same night, or is it a different night?
Well, I don't have any signings or anything, so.
Oh my god. Okay. Anybody else going with after the money is? And also, did you return the money, or did you keep the money?
It's casino money, right? How much do we get to keep? What's our cut?
Maybe this is a
heroes?
conversation we should actually have. Maybe this is the conversation at base.
I mean, it's casino money, right?
It feels so early in this game for us to be stealing money we're supposed to protect.
We don't need to steal all of it.
This feels.
They're gonna know.
This
That's
feels
not.
All I said was, don't we get paid for being heroes? Who do we ask? Who do we ask how much of this is
we don't get
ours?
paid for.
Me, and it's none. And Waxwing comes into your base.
Okay, right. We were dealing in hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals are dangerous.
I was dealing in hypotheticals, because I have to go to the doctor.
I have to go to the doctor is a fucking incredible superhero catchphrase.
Send me your doctor bill. We don't get to make calls like that. We don't get to skim any off the top. We don't get to take a little for ourselves. All we do is give. That's what it means to be a hero in Bluff City. Because, let me tell you, everybody else out there has already taken enough from these people.
From the casino?
It's not the casino. It's the drivers. It's the dealers. It's who gets the blame if that money goes missing. It's not the verandas. One night, not even the whole take, one truck. They won't even miss it. But they have pride, and so someone will miss something. If it's the right veranda, maybe all they lose is their job. If it's the wrong veranda, a hand, something worse.
Whose veranda?
Is that an in-character question? Or an out-of-character question?
Let's call it both.
Okay. I suspect Franklin Bano knows the veranda crime family, which runs the menagerie and is the active mafia family in the city.
I was thinking that this was like some word for a casino that I didn't know.
No.
Or a porch-based villain.
They cut someone's hand off?
They've been known to cut all sorts of things.
Oh, Jesus, that's horrible.
Yeah, they're the mafia.
Oh, wow, they're the mafia? That's horrible.
Oh, my God. I think she walks over and picks up 2 of the duffel bags. And she says, bring these upstairs. I'll go deliver them. Grouse, bring these upstairs. I'll go deliver them.
Yeah, I got it.
She gives you a look with that tone.
Do you have thread?
Excuse me?
Do you have thread?
Yeah, she points to a drawer next to like a supercomputer. It's like 3rd drawer on the left.
Cool.
And I think Grouse, when you're upstairs with her, she puts the bags down on like a table, and she puts the bags down on the table, and then like hits a button on her wristwatch, and a little like bird drone flies over and picks. Well, I think a few of them fly over and pick up these bags, and then like begin to like fly up through a window in the roof to like take them back to the armored car or whatever. And she's like, how'd it go tonight?
I'd call it a mixed results.
Good mixed or bad mixed?
Well, you know how it is when you get your way in one thing and don't quite get your way in another.
So what did you miss? Let's start there.
I don't want to say perp. Perp doesn't seem like a grousy word. Maybe it does. Does Waxwing say perp?
Waxwing doesn't say Waxwing.
I think a perp is a toady, but I don't think a supervillain can be a perp.
No,
right.
perp is a...
I mean, it's anyone who
I don't think
perpetrates...
Waxwing says perp. I don't think Waxwing says perp. No.
What would
Very
Waxwing
copy.
say then?
Waxwing would say... Who are you referring to?
Thresher.
Thresher specifically. I think she would say... Not Target. Not Tango. Quarry, probably.
Ugh.
Bogey.
I don't think she'd say bogey, but I do think she'd say quarry. Like,
Villain. Which is villain?
The villain, she would say, or like, what else?
I think in this, I don't like any of those words. I think Gross would probably just say like their leader or the leader.
Yeah.
The shark.
Yeah. That's, and that's the one you would probably want to capture more than the henchman. Generally.
Who was it?
Did she actually announce her name?
I guess she may not have, but you have a move for this.
I do.
Which, in retrospect, you should have rolled at the beginning of that fight.
I rolled a different move at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, I know.
It was also good.
It was good. I'm just saying, in general, it's also a move that you could leverage here. So actually, I kind of like that here, which is like, who was it? And you go, I think maybe that's been reading the files. It's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll that?
Yeah.
it says, you've learned about the superhuman world through your mentor's resources. When you first encounter an important superpowered phenomenon, your call, roll plus superior. Your superior is 2 right now. On a hit, which you got. You got a 12.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, that was
That's
not
an
your
old
12
one.
just
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay. On a hit, tell the team one important detail you've learned from your studies. On the GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. On a 10 plus, ask the GM a follow-up question. They will answer it honestly. On a miss, the situation is well outside your base of knowledge. The GM will tell you why. So go ahead and give me a roll.
That's 12 anyway.
That is a 12 anyway.
Yeah.
So on a hit, I'll give you what you already know for sure, and then which will confirm something. That was Thresher, who is a recently empowered supervillain, question mark. Does lots of smash and grabs, lots of hits casinos, hits banks, tends to hit people who have money, has robbed celebrities while they're in town, once robbed the prize pool to a prize fight the night that the fight happened, while the fight was happening. And the thing that, and recently empowered by the kind of the meteor shatter that we described during character creation, where the Eel King was destroyed and the meteor went up into the sky and broke into like 100 pieces. She's someone who got one of those pieces. And she's like in the database of people who have gotten those pieces. You know that her powers are that she has that cool tail and some like shark attributes, but she's also an illusionist. She has like weird like misdirection powers and illusionary stuff. She can make things look different than what they are. She's like a con artist in a sense. So that is what you know about her. And you can share those details. I think you might even be able to invent a detail here. Like the way this is written is tell the team one important detail you've learned from your studies. And you can also ask me a follow-up question.
Yeah. This is the description of this move is written weird. A follow-up question. Do we know anything about who she was before?
You don't. No, she's like, despite being this like thief, Waxwing has not ID'd her yet. So that's the thing you still have to figure out.
I guess if she's an illusionist, she can totally hide all that stuff. Like
that's
daytime.
A big thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything here? Because the way, again, been reading the files works is that you can tell the team the most important detail you remember. But you have a responsibility to stick to whatever the fiction that's already been established in the world and about that character.
I don't know. It feels weird, like inventing a thing because I don't know what like fits here. It feels like we could kind of already have pieces, so I'm not really sure what to add there.
If you think of something, let me know. Like it is totally that is part of the job of for you is to like be willing to take that characterization leap, or that like, does she have another ability we don't know about that she didn't use? Does she have was there a previous specific crime that like got her added to the database to begin with? Did she beat Waxwing once? Stuff like that is all stuff that is in your wheelhouse or in your under your command a little bit. But the thing that happens here is, so you say it was Thresher?
Yeah.
And I think she can tell by the way you're looking that maybe you didn't do that, like, you didn't share that information at the time. You didn't, like, do that. You didn't do that move, right? You didn't go like, oh, here's who she is and here's what she can do. Mm-hmm. And she's like, she knows your name, right? She knows you're Shanti?
Yeah.
Shanti, not Shanti. It's a SH sound?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Shanti. I know you're not the leader of that team, but you know things that those kids don't. You have a responsibility to be on the ball and to share that information, to pull it out as soon as possible and let them know what they're getting into, because they're going to Elena's going to charge. I guess she doesn't know. I don't know if she knows who Elena is. The champ is going to charge headfirst into anything, especially when Paternoster and Mr. Good are around. You're a special person. That means something. All right? And she is trying to shift your labels. She is trying to make your superior higher, I think. She's trying to raise your superior and reduce your mundane.
So is that a thing of like accept or
yeah, do you
resist?
Accept or reject?
I think that's in line with like stuff that Shanti would want to hear right now or would.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think she would just accept.
Okay, cool. So shift up your superior and shift down your mundane. So your superior is now a 3 and your mundane is a -1. Great. Cool. All right, unless there's other business there, I just want to end on like maybe one last little bit here, which is looking through the sewers. Maybe it's later that night, and in which case it's like, Mr. Good, are you just like, I'm going to go back out?
Yeah, I'm going to go tonight.
You like literally just stitched up this bullet wound?
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything to say to Mr. Good as he's doing this?
Did he already cut the bullet out?
Yeah, I cut it out in the alley. I already got it out in the alley.
If he hadn't done that, I was going to suggest like, there are a lot of there's a lot of like water birds that have like really long, fine beaks. I don't know. We could have done something more precise there, but if you went ahead and did that, that's fine.
That would be really weird.
I've had a lot of practice, but I also am up for eventually, like if it comes up, I will let a bird stitch me up. Yeah.
No, they would just get it out. They don't. Birds can't sew.
Oh, not to help stitch, just to get it out.
No.
Okay, well I'll do that too.
Some birds weave, but birds can't sew.
That's fair.
Not with that attitude. All right, so no one stops Mr. Good from going back out. No one joins. Okay, so we just get the shot in the sewer. We get the panels in the sewer of you kind of like tracing Thresher's steps, and you start to find like the shark masks from her crew thrown away, and like some of them are in the water, and some of them are like just tossed into a corner. There's some like cardboard boxes. I'm kind of picturing one of those like sewers that have like walkways and then also like a stream that's gross. You're not in the stream; you're just up on a little walkway, and you find like their staging area, basically, which is like a little alcove with like a furnace or something in it. And inside, it's a stash of some of their equipment. And it's also like their changing area. And near a coat rack, you find a business card. It's not a business card, actually. It's the shape of a business card, and you go to pick it up, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, it's going to have a name on it. But it doesn't. It's actually like a hard cardboard coupon for $2 off at Royce's Roll Carts, which is, roll carts are like the carts that you can get in and have someone push you around on the boardwalk. And so you get a $2 off coupon at Royce's Roll Carts, and underneath this kind of like sketch of one of these roll carts, it says, if you're rolling, it's gotta be Royce. And gotta be is in quotation marks. The whole thing is in quotation marks. And then also gotta be is in quotation marks. Okay. Also rolling is in quotation marks. So that is your clue for who might be involved in this. I think last couple of panels in this comic, so we get that, and then we get a panel of of Thresher talking to a figure. The figure is silhouetted, right? We just get Thresher, and she's like angry pacing back and forth, and she like punches a wall, and she's like, I can't. I need this money. Those fucking kids. there's got to be another score. There's got to be something big. And then the final panel, like, is the reverse shot, and it reveals that she's talking to Mr. E. Mask. And he says, I think I have something in mind.